Howdy ho, it's your boy here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about shinoluma. Now, I said, I wasn't going to make another video on this until there was enough views. And I'm like, you know what? I think that was a quite unfair question. So today, we are going to be talking about shinoluma in today's video. Shinoluma, when it came out, DLC 2 of the Zombies maps. Obviously, it didn't introduce the 4 classic perks unlike Verrucht, but it did introduce some other things as well. It introduced our 4 beloved characters in Ultimus, Richtofen, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Takio, of course. And it was very special. We didn't know at the moment, but they had to turn out to be all the characters on most of the maps until BO2 came around, and it was just Ultimus Richtofen talking with the Victus crew. Yeah, and they were also a big role of the Zombies Chronicles after all, and they made an appearance in BO4. Now they're just poof, they're gone. But they were classics characters, and we probably can all remember that for sure. And then, also one of the other things that made this map special was the Hellhounds. The Hellhounds made this map special, because every 5 rounds, you get a free max ammo just killing Hellhounds. That's special, because in high rounds on Verrucht and not, for example, you only just kill zombies. You just have to pray for a max ammo. In this map, you really don't. Every 5 rounds, you get a max ammo, and it's just one of the easier ones for that reason alone. But also, let's talk about where all these... So they are in Shinoluma and Derice, of course. They're also in Kino der Toten. They're also in... I don't think there were any. They were also on the 3 maps, if you choose optionable, of course. They were also on Der Eisendrache. They were also on, I think... No, they weren't on Revelations. Yeah, it's just safe to say they were on so many maps. They were also on Alpha Omega. They were also in Firebase Z, but in a different version. Yeah, there were so many versions of the Hellhounds. It's ridiculous. Which just makes this just as popular as it is. Which makes this map extremely more, profitable. Now, you remember the ray gun back in Noct and Verrucht were the only wonder weapon? Well, Shinoluma introduced another wonder weapon into the mix. And that wonder weapon was the Wonderwolf DG2. Now, if you pack-a-punched it on Derice, it would be the Wonderwolf DG3. But the Wonderwolf was the first ever wonder weapon to ever have infinite damage. So at the time when you had Shinoluma and Derice, you're like, oh my god, I got the freaking Wonderwolf. And today's like, oh, I got the Wonderwolf, let's go. Like back in the days of Shinoluma and Derice, it was insane to have the Wonderwolf. It is insane. But I decided, then, over time, when there were underwater weapons, like the Thunder Gun, the bows, the staffs, there were just so many other wonder weapons, it kind of just got overshadowed. And a lot of people are starting to forget about it. It was introduced in Shinoluma and Derice. It was also introduced in Call of the Dead, if you did the complete Easter egg. It was also introduced in Zombies Chronicles. It was also introduced in BO4 Talk, but a different version. And it was also introduced in the Vanguard Zombies. So yeah, it was a very popular wonder weapon, but it hasn't really been introduced into so many maps. And also, Shinoluma has been remastered so many times. It's actually the exact amount as Noct, I think, right? Because Noct was remastered in BO1. BO2, BO3, twice. Well, no, not as much as probably this. And then I got remastered in Cold War twice. But in Shinoluma, on the other hand, it was also remastered BO1, BO3. But it was also remastered Vanguard twice. It was remastered in Vanguard twice. And Varrock de Reese, which, again, I'm probably going to be talking about Varrock de Reese actually a lot with my de Reese video, if this does get enough views and likes. You know, they haven't gotten a lot of remasters. Like, de Reese and Varrock both have BO1 and BO3, of course, but, like, that's it. They don't get any other remasters. So, yeah. But let's actually talk about the Shinoluma layout. Shinonuma's layout has a bit of a question. This is also the first map to introduce random perks. Now you're like, wait, random perks? Is that a bad thing? Well, on this map, you at least know what you're getting. Because when you open a door from like the fishing hut, the comms hut, or something like that, at least that's where the perks spawn. Not like every 5 rounds get a new perk, or on Die Rise, you have to hope for an elevator to come. On this map, you just open the door, they give you a random perk, and you go on with your day. That's what made this map somewhat more quality. Well, and also back at War, which we're mainly just been talking about in the video, it was only 3 perks. Like, it was just those 3 perks that were just randomly generated into, well, this. Which was quite interesting, to say the least. Because the original 4 were very interesting. So, like, let's say, over by the place with the zip line, there could be 1 perk there, and then the other, like, there would be 1 place that doesn't have a perk, and again, it did change over on with the remasters and stuff. But yeah, now it's actually talking about the layout. The layout makes this map different from the rest. Because from the rest, you're kind of camping mainly. I mean, not you can tactically train, but not a lot of people noted that at the time. Varrock was very hard to train because of how short the rooms were. And de Reese was mainly also camping because of the catwalk. But this was the only map out of War at War where you technically train, which is where train was introduced. Because there was, like, I think there were a lot of places, but there were also still a couple places you could train, I think, on this map. Well, maybe 1, I don't really know. The mud is a pain, which is a lot of the big reason why people say, well, maybe not that reason. And also the map is too easy. But I'm like, bro, this is their 3rd map. Why are you criticizing this so hard? It's Shinoluma. Shinoluma should not get criticism this hard just because of it's easy. Like, if it's easy and it was like one of the earlier maps, it's fine, because, like, a lot of people wouldn't really understand the layout during the time. Yeah, I understand, when it aged, it started to just become so easy. But it's not Treyarch's fault during the time, because, remember, they were developing the mode at the time. Again, it didn't have any pack-a-punch, but it did introduce, I think, one of my favorite traps in the game, in the Flogger. But again, the mud was a pain, so it's, you know, quite an interesting map. So, I'm also going to do out of 10 ratings as well. I don't think I did that with the other maps. Knot is a 5 out of 10 map. Rucked is a 6 out of 10. But also, this map is also a 6 out of 10. There are still a lot of things that, well, there were also some, you know, side Easter eggs and stuff on the map as well. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if this gets enough views and likes, I will, upload to Reese, and I can't believe we're about to be done with War at War, but, yeah. Again, comment down below any ideas who have, videos, and, even maps, because if you want me to not do it in order anymore, I would love to do that. I would love to boost on. I'm also going to be talking about Vanguard in our next video, and I'm also going to be hitting on a live stream real quick. Anyway, peace.